You ready? Ready? Okay. Good evening, and welcome to the Santa Cruz City Council meeting. And we'll start with invocation by Bill Miranda.
Let us pray. Dear God, grant us the strength to face changes, courage to embrace change, and faith to trust in your perfect timing this new year. Amen.
Thank you very much, Councilman Miranda. May we have a call to order? City Clerk, could you roll call, please?
Councilwoman McLean? Here. Councilmember Gibbs?
Here.
Mayor West?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ayala?
Here.
And Councilmember Miranda.
Here.
Councilmember Miranda, would you please lead the flag salute?
My pleasure. Please rise. Place your right hand over your heart and repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Council members, are there any questions on the items on the agenda?
Just one slight correction on the, or addition on the minutes, which Mary knows about.
It's already taken care of? Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Do any of the council want to pull any items off consent? No. City Clerk, are there any speakers' cards on consent?
There are no speaker cards on consent.
And we'll go into awards and recognition. And tonight, we are once again honored to recognize February as Black History Month, and I'm very proud to present it. What began in 1926 as a week-long observance to highlight the achievements of African Americans has grown into a month dedicated to preserving, promoting, and celebrating Black history, culture, and contributions in America. In 1976, President Gerald Ford called on the public to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. President Ford's call to action led to the establishment of the annually dedicating February as Black History Month nationwide. Today, we recognize the profound and continuous impact Black Americans have on shaping our country. This month is an opportunity to celebrate those achievements across every field, from science and education to arts, public service, and of course, social justice. It is also time to honor the leadership and resilience of a trailblazer such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, Rosa Parks, and Harriet Tubman, Maya Angelou, Thurgood Marshall, and many courageous figures. Here in Santa Cruz, we continue to be inspired by Dr. King's message of unity without violence. And last month, the city hosted our 5th annual MLK Unity Walk at Central Park under the theme, Mission Possible 2. Building community, uniting a nation, the nonviolent way. More than 1,000 community members gathered to walk together and share in Dr. King's legacy. As we observe Black History Month, we are reminded that the pursuit of equality and dignity is a crucial role that each of us must play intentionally. We continue to build a community where every individual feels respected, valued, and loved. Here in Santa Clarita, we are proud to recognize and celebrate the lasting contributions, cultural influence, and positive impact of our African American residents. And now it is my honor to proclaim the month of February 2026 as Black History Month in the city of Santa Clarita. I'm proud to welcome up Arlene Smith-Thomas. She is the president of Santa Clarita chapter of NAACP to accept this proclamation.
Did you want to invite the rest of the group up?
They were coming.
Oh, okay.
Everybody that wants to come up, come on and join us. Want to just take a picture first? Good for me, thank you. All right, let's do the picture. Get everybody up. Do the picture, and then you give me back the microphone. Photo up. All right, let's step back under that.
I might.
Step back under that. Make a pretty picture. All right, you can just hold it. All right, everybody. Wait. All right, we're joining in together. Smiling.
Smile right over here in 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's hope I don't need these. Let's see. Try to get myself a super font.
Is this on? It wasn't. Okay.
Good evening. Mayor West,
Good evening.
Mayor Pro Tem Ayala, Councilman Miranda, Councilman McLean, and Councilman Gibbs. We're going to change that, right? A proclamation is a public or official announcement dealing with a matter of great importance. So the mayor doesn't give this proclamation lightly. The NAACP Santa Clarita branch thanks the city of Santa Clarita for proclaiming February as Black History Month and for recognizing the profound contributions of African Americans to our nation's history and progress. Black History Month is not only a time for reflection and celebration, but also an opportunity for education, dialogue, lots of dialogue, and renewed commitment to equity and justice. We appreciate the city's acknowledgement of iconic leaders such as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Rosa Parks, Claudette Colvin. I'm reading off the proclamation I got offline. She says I'm here. Jackie Robinson, Earl Lloyd, and Justice Thurgood Marshall, whose courage and determination helped shape a more just society. We also recognize that Black history is American history, past, present, and ongoing. Honoring these contributions calls upon all of us to continue working toward equal opportunity, inclusion, and respect for all members of our community. The NAACP Santa Clarita branch looks forward to continued collaboration with the City of Santa Clarita, community organizations, and residents to ensure that the values reflected in this proclamation are upheld not only during Black History Month, but throughout the year. Respectfully, NAACP Santa Clarita branch.
All right.
Mayor, if I may.
Please go ahead, Councilmember.
So nobody doubts all the contributions that African Americans have made to our nation, to our state, to our county, to our metropolitan area. But between the city staff and the NAACP, I would wish that you came up with a history of the contributions of the many Black Americans in the city of Santa Clarita, including a member that would help found the city. And that would make next year's presentation even more more outstanding for me, if not for anybody else. So, thank you.
All right. Moving into public participation. Do we have speakers? Thank you. Start with Kenneth Zeeler, followed by James Bradley, and then Kurt Fillmore. And you can just come on up to the front row and get ready to speak once I've called your name. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, members of the City Council, Mayor West, and Ken Strickland. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks for the idea and installation of the Benz lift gate that was implemented that helps alleviate the community's concern in upcoming Bouquet Canyon closure. I felt as though somebody was actually listening to our complaints. This lift gate was a great idea. I appreciate this modification and the closure, modification to the closure project. Again, thank you. The original Bouquet Canyon closure was to happen on January 19th. The date was postponed. Ken Strickland stated in this very chamber last month that the Bouquet closure would not occur until all traffic mitigation points had been completed. The new closure date was later determined to be February 13th. I now would like to refer to the City of Santa Clarita's Addendum Number 2 to the Bouquet Canyon Residential and Roadway Realignment Project Environmental Impact Report, dated June 2023. It has several mitigation points included in this report. Some of those points are not yet completed, and I personally don't agree with all of them. But I will focus on one point only. On page 16, it states, quote, Kathleen Avenue and Copper Hill Drive, the project proponent shall pay the project's fair share, 2%, of the cost of these improvements, installation of a traffic signal and widen Copper Hill Drive from 2 lanes to 4 lanes from Benz to Kathleen, end of quote. The traffic signal is installed and operational. However, Copper Hill Drive remains 2-lane road. No improvement has been done. I am further concerned that if the widening is not completed and the closure is started, that the developer will renege on this improvement because it was not done in the beginning when it should have been as per the addendum's agreement. Please, please, don't tell me that this road widening mitigation is not possible. If it was not possible, then it would not have been included in this agreement between the city and the developer. Ken, I ask you to honor your personal commitment that the Bouquet closure will not occur until all traffic mitigation is completed. One, I ask you to support the residential community that is affected by this development, the very people that pay your salary. I ask that you enforce the written agreement addendum number 2. The other option is...
Kenneth, your time's up. Thank you. And you can leave anything you want with the city clerk, and we'll get back to you on your comments. Thank you. Our next speaker is James Bradley. And James is followed by Kurt Fillmore.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. My name is James Bradley. I am the Director of Community Engagement and Student and Parent Relations at the Masters University. Recently, TMU completed an economic impact report showing approximately $366 million in annual economic activity generated for Santa Clarita and Santa Clarita Valley. Based on a survey of current students and recent alumni from around 2,000 schools across the country, the Wall Street Journal 2025 Best College Rankings named TMU the #1 school in the nation for character development. TMU also ranked number 4 in the recommendation category and number 9 for career preparation. Yet even with all of this, the most important thing to us remains that we train young men and women to be faithful to Christ and Scripture in all things, and to be able to lead successful lives as Christians in this world. However, even though we have been in this valley since 1961, over the past 12 to 18 months, there has been a steady stream of mostly negative statements about the university. So what I'd like to offer tonight is simply a more accurate understanding of what has actually taken place during the same time frame, specifically regarding communications and outcomes. Since August of 2024, I have met personally with the PCPOA at least 8 times. That's roughly every 2.5 months. 3 of those meetings were with the PCPOA board directly, and the remaining were with the team of 3. Now, the team of 3 consists of the PCPOA president and 2 other board members. That structure was intentional, and it allowed us to lower the temperature, separate issues, and address concerns methodically rather than emotionally. Over that same period of time, it became clear that issues were being conflated. Student behavior, the Dockweiler expansion issues, Canyon Homes, and Centennial Planning, conflating these issues created frustration and hindered effective communication. So we, TMU and the PCPOA, worked together to separate these issues. One result was that we created a dedicated portal on our website for the residents, so linked directly to my phone that would give the residents access to me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Another thing that we did was the students who live in the Canyon Homes sent out a basket with a card listing all the policies that the students in those homes had to live by, so that the residents would know if they had any problem with it, with those students, they could contact me again directly. I see my time is running out, but we have more things that we did. The bottom line is that we meet with the PCPOA regularly. We have a meeting set up for the 17th of next week, of 17th of February next week, to continue to do just that. So thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you, James. Our next speaker is Kurt Fillmore. He will be followed by Brian Courtcamp and then Ralph Baroche.
Good evening. My name is Kurt Fillmore. I'm the Campus Safety Director at the Masters University. Thank you for letting me speak. I'm here to provide some benefits that our campus safety team provides at the Clarita Canyon. My background is 20 years of law enforcement with the Los Angeles Police Department. I worked from South LA to the Valley, and that taught me some valuable conflict resolution aspects and how to be empathetic to people in frustrations of certain communities, which we now see in the Clarita Canyon. I have a team of 15 campus safety or security guards, 10 of which are armed, certified through the state. And some benefits that we provide are not only safety of our school, the students and employees, but also safety to the residents in the area. A couple examples, October of last year, there was burglary suspects that were followed into the canyon. They ran. My guys were able to find those individuals on cameras and actually lead the sheriff's deputies to those 1 or 2 of those persons to be apprehended. There was also an incident in December of last year where a individual was casing properties along Placeritos. My guys observed the person, and we directed the sheriffs to the individual, and he was arrested for a warrant. He was looking for residents to break into. They also saved time for the sheriff's time and resources by de-escalating situations before the sheriff's department get there. Some projects that we're working on, we have a speed bump project to try and deter speeders along Placerito and Placerita. That's a project that was submitted to the city in November. Also, for speeding vehicles, we issue citations to our students for speeding, but we could use help in the speed bump project to deter speeding vehicles. But yeah, I think we provide a benefit to, like I said, to not only our campus, but also to the residents in the Placerita Canyon. And I look forward to working with the residents there to better serve them. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Moving on to Brian Courtcamp, followed by Ralph Baroche.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members. I'm Brian Courtcamp. I'm the Director of Emergency Management at the Masters University. I've been there for 15 years. Appreciate the opportunity to get in front of you today. And I just want to clarify some statements that have been made by Clarita Canyon residents regarding safety and practices and compliance at Masters. Back in December, it was stated that the university does not have an exit or evacuation plan. That is not true. We maintain a comprehensive emergency operations plan covering all hazards. We also have a standalone evacuation plan. All students and staff are trained on this annually and provided internal access for their ongoing review. It was also stated that we do not conduct fire drills for our hops, which again is not accurate. We conduct annual fire drills on campus for all on-campus housing, including our hops. And these drills meet regulatory and life safety expectations. It was also stated that we don't share plans or coordinate with the community. James mentioned some of this, but we remain committed to transparency and coordination. But in past years, it's been tough with some of the stakeholders there. We've made efforts to collaborate and identify solutions, but that's not always been reciprocated. One example is we used to have access to manually open the gate at the east end of Clarita Canyon Road, and that's since been discontinued and replaced with paid card access, which limits our ability to route that exit in an emergency. Some proactive things that we've done despite all of this, we've created a dedicated portal in our mass notification system for Clarita Canyon residents to voluntarily sign up and receive text messages for emergency situations. We schedule meetings, like James said, with the PCPOA to discuss issues of safety. And lastly, it was stated in the December 2025 meeting that the university was recently fined for 9 areas of significant Clarity Act deficiency. That statement is false. The review identified 3 areas, not 9. The primary issue was the policy language not being included in our annual safety report. Those areas were identified and resubmitted and closed with the Department of Education. TMU remains committed to safety and compliance and partnership with the city.
Thank you, Brian. Next speaker is Ralph Baroche.
Yes.
Ralph will be followed by David Cook.
Good evening. My name is Ralph Barash, and I serve as the Executive Director for the Plant Operations Department at the Masters University. Plant Operations is responsible for general upkeep, maintenance, and repairs of all university-owned buildings, including the properties that the Masters University has purchased in the Clarita Canyon area. Over the past decade, the Masters University has invested tens of millions of dollars improving the aesthetics and infrastructure of our campus buildings. These improvements include a consistent craftsman-style design and upgraded landscaping throughout the campus, creating a park-like setting which is enjoyed by many. Our goal is to provide the same standard of care to the Clarita Canyon homes as we do to the university campus. This evening, I would like to address the council regarding ways in which the Masters University has positively impacted the Clarita Canyon community. Several of the homes we acquired were in varying states of disrepair, and we have made significant investments to address these conditions. In the past 3.5 years, the Masters University has taken the following actions. The university has invested a substantial amount of money to improve the overall condition and safety of the Canyon homes, including exterior paint and roof replacements of homes that were visibly deteriorating. The Masters University has hired a professional landscaping company to maintain and enhance the appearance of the homes. The university is working with a certified arborist to develop a thorough tree inventory and maintenance plan. We are addressing safety concerns while preserving the natural character of the area. The university has responded to neighbors' concerns by trimming overgrown and neglected trees encroaching on property lines, repairing damaged fences, and using property or university equipment after heavy rains to help clear debris from roadways. The university has extended the public sewer system approximately 500 feet east along Clarita Canyon Road, enabling multiple homes to connect to the sewer system, an investment that improves environmental protection, enhancing property values, and allowing residents the opportunity to connect as well. Also, the university has connected several other homes to the existing sewer system and repaired or replaced failing septic systems that posed ongoing maintenance and environmental challenges. In closing, the Masters University is committed to being a responsible and respectful neighbor in the Clarita Canyon community. We are committed to long-term property maintenance, environmental responsibility, and responsiveness to community concerns with the goal to build collaborative relationships within the canyon. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And our next speaker is David Cook. David will be followed by Shanton Daniels and then Heather DeGrand.
My name is David Cook, and I live in the Bokeh Canyon neighborhood for just shy of 40 years. During the 40-year period, I've been seeing Bokeh Canyon closed due to fallen electrical wires, earthquakes, and after fires, and Bokeh Canyon and Copper Hill closed as a result of fires in the area. I've personally escorted citizens who I did not know from Bokeh Canyon during fires when emergency personnel were unavailable or unable to access the area. This is my point of reference. I'm concerned that the premature closure of Bokeh Canyon Road prior to the construction of the new Bokeh Canyon Road increases the time required to provide emergency services to our neighborhood, increases traffic in front of Rosedale Elementary School, and increases commute time to work for existing tax-paying residents. In my opinion, the city of Santa Clarita and the city manager have set the city up for Pacific Palisades Empty Reservoir 2.0 disaster, a man-made disaster. My question to the city manager and city council is this: what will it require for Lennar Homes to build and construct the new Bokeh Canyon Road prior to closing the original Bokeh Canyon Road? What answer did Lennar Homes provide to the city manager and the city council when you posed this question to Lennar and that made you comfortable with supporting this development? Why should existing taxpayer residents of Santa Clarita, California, commute time be increased and lengthened, all for the benefit of the deep pockets of Lennar Corporation that is based in Florida? Is the city manager watching out for the best interests of the citizens of Santa Clarita? A real-time example: I know 3 teachers that live in my neighborhood that commute to work at Plum Canyon Elementary. These teachers' commute time to Plum Canyon is now extended because of your actions, taking away their preparation time, their time with their family. The city manager's recommendation to approve this development is costing these teachers time away from students and their family. These teachers earn 1/3 of the salary of the city manager's $300,000 salary. Our expectation is that we have a city manager that is watching out for the best interest of our residents. How is increasing the commute time for hardworking residents watching out for the residents' best interest? Our children attended Rosedale Elementary. Over the years, we've seen dramatic increases in the traffic in front of Rosedale Elementary. I put this question out in the public square. What year was the traffic study completed that is being used by the Santa Clarita City to make traffic engineering decisions at this time? I suggest that anything prior to 2020 is irrelevant. I suggest that any traffic study date between 2020 and 2025 should be discounted as businesses and organizations are still at the height of hybrid working policies. When was the traffic study that is informing current traffic policies completed? It is my opinion it is intellectually dishonest to believe that the closure of Bokeh Canyon and rerouting of traffic will not result in an increased traffic in Rosedale. In my opinion, the city manager and the city council should be held accountable for the loss of life, limb, or property resulting from this decision.
Thank you, David. Shanton Daniels. And then after Shanton, Heather DeGrand.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Shatan Daniels, and I was born a female, and I'm currently homeless here in Santa Clarita. And first, I would like to thank you for the work that you all do for this community. Excuse my voice, I'm a little sick from sleeping in the cold. However, I want to speak about I would like to speak about a public safety gap that becomes clear, especially during bad weather. Santa Clarita has one shelter, and when it reaches capacity, there isn't a designated place for people to sleep safely while waiting. Individuals are left outside simply because there is no overflow option available. This isn't about criticizing the city. It's about acknowledging the current system and leaves a gap that affects everyone: residents, businesses, first responders, and unhoused community members. When there's nowhere to go during the bad weather, they end up sleeping in places that is not humane. A designated safe rest zone would fill this gap. It would provide a predictable legal and safe place for people to be during storms and while shelters are full. A safe rest zone is a simple, low-cost setup. It can be an outdoor area with canopies or an indoor community center. Thank you for considering this as a part of Santa Clarita's public safety and emergency preparedness planning.
Thank you very much. Heather DeGrand. Heather will be followed by Natalia Rodriguez.
Good evening, council members. My name is Heather DeGrand, and I want to thank you for your time. I want to speak on the cost saving and community impact side of the issue. Every time it rains, Los Angeles County spends significant money on hotel vouchers, sometimes for more than 100 people at a time. Those costs add up quickly, and Safe Rest Zone would provide the same protection for the elements at the fraction of the price. This is not a humane solution. It's financially responsible one. A Safe Rest Zone reduces emergency room visits, reduces police interactions, and reduces the need for last-minute hotel placements. It also gives businesses relief from people sleeping in front of their doors during storms, because there would be finally a designated place for people to go. Santa Clarita has already taken an important step by having a shelter. The next step is creating an overflow plan for weather events, so people aren't left outside with no legal or safe alternative. A safe rest zone, whether indoor or outdoor, would strengthen public safety, reduce costs, and give the community a structured, predictable option during storms. Thank you for your time and for considering the solution that benefits the entire city.
Thank you, Heather. Natalia Rodriguez, please. And Natalia will be followed by Libby Fortman. Okay.
Hi, I'm Libby Fortman. It's my first time here, so thank you for being here. I've lived in Santa Clarita for a couple of years now. Prior to moving out here, I was born and raised in the San Fernando Valley. I've been to a couple of City Hall Council meetings in LA County, so I really appreciated the prayer and the salute to the flag. I'm really disturbed at what I've uncovered at where I've been living for the last 2 years. So I was homeless prior to moving into the apartments at Park Sierra in Canyon Country. It's a very large apartment complex with multiple buildings that are all in a garden style. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, off Jake's Way in Soledad. That area is, I'm really sad to say, absolutely the most disgusting area I've lived in my entire life. And for such a rich city, I don't understand it. My apartment that I had no idea for 2 years that I signed a lease for is infested with black toxic mold. Not just black toxic mold, black toxic flourishing, blooming mold. And that's the reason why myself and hundreds, if not thousands of renters have been sick and displaced or forced to live in an apartment, in a townhouse, in a condo, in various areas, all owned by GHP Management, who Geoffrey Palmer owns. I'm also, just for fun, an investigative researcher, I'm a homeschooler, I'm a wife, and I'm really disgusted at the fact that Santa Clarita has no housing authority to deal with renters. 30% of the people that live in Santa Clarita are renters. Why is there no housing authority here? What is the reason that I need to call LA County and I have to go through loopholes to contact the Department of Health? I've already been speaking with Bonnie, who's the chief of the LA Department of Health, who hasn't done a damn thing. I had to move out of my apartment Saturday morning, not to surrender it, not because I was evicted. I had to file a constructive eviction. My husband pretended to be a lawyer for the last 2 weeks, putting together and drafting paperwork where we get to go and appear tomorrow morning at Chatsworth Courthouse at 8:30 a.m. in order to be properly relocated. So the billionaire Geoffrey Palmer, who put all of his money into apparently 45 years ago, right around the time I was born, stopping the founding of Santa Clarita. And I started wondering why. So I asked in a public sector on all the forums in Facebook, why does SCV not have a housing authority for rental properties? Why are we struggling to get black mold removed properly? Why do we have roaches and vermin? Why have so many people that have so much money that sit up on Copper Hill and up on Skyline
Thank you,
not give a
Libby.
damn about people
Thank
that are
you, Libby.
homeless?
Your time's up. We appreciate it.
I want housing authority.
Somebody will get back to you. That concludes our public speakers. City Manager, go ahead. Ken?
Excuse me. Thank you, Mayor and members of the City Council. In regards to Bouquet Canyon, I'll address Mr. Zeiler's comments. The condition for the expansion of 4 lanes to Copper Hill is a condition of development. It's not a condition of detour. So the expansion is possible. It is still a condition. It will be completed, but it will be phased with the development. So it will not be done prior to the closure, but it will be completed as part of the development per the conditions of approval. Residents will be notified, have been notified today and tomorrow about the closure, the eligibility for the parking stickers so that people have access. Their local community members will have access so that mitigates as much as possible the inconvenience that is associated with Bouquet Canyon. Many of the other questions that were asked tonight have been answered in multiple emails. They've been answered in multiple meetings, so I'm not going to repeat those again. But the closure is scheduled for the third, I believe. If it rains, I don't think it's going to happen, but it's going to happen within the week. And the gate will be activated and available for use, and all stickers pushed out to the residents prior to the closure, so that there's not a gap in that, so to speak. In regards to the overcapacity gaps related to the homeless issue, I'll have Tracy contact the 2 residents and find out what options they have available to them. In regards to the last speaker, the issue of the housing authority, it is not common for cities to have a housing authority. I believe there's maybe 10 or 11 out of 88 cities in California in Los Angeles County that have them. Housing authorities are typically put in place in order to build, own, and maintain affordable housing or public housing. We do not have that here, and for that reason. The county has a housing authority. The county has a public health authority, which is responsible for consistent enforcement of those laws throughout Los Angeles County. Those are the responsible parties. Mold is a public health issue, and that is why it's going through public health. I certainly understand the issues that she talks about, but those are the agencies that are responsible. We have communicated with them. We have tried to elevate the concern as well from our staff level. and we will continue to do that. But it is not a housing authority in Santa Clarita issue. It is really a public health issue. And I believe that concludes my comments. Thank you.
Yes, I have a comment regarding the residents that are living with that health condition. I would like for the city to get informal contact with Supervisor Barger, because those are conditions that needs to be addressed, about the fact that the Housing Authority needs to be present in Santa Clarita, particularly to revise this case for our residents.
Okay. Yes.
I think that anytime we encounter a situation where there's a severe health issue, and that is a severe health issue, that we need to put pressure on the county. It's their job. We don't operate housing, and they do, and I think we just need to apply pressure.
Okay.
So that, people aren't having to get out. The landlord should be moving them to a better condition of housing, and they should be cited. And it is an important issue, so I appreciate getting the comments from the public, because otherwise we wouldn't know. So thank you very much. We will have speakers at the end of the meeting if we missed anybody, and you've put a card in, you will be called up at the end of the meeting. All right, we'll now move on to committee reports. Marcia, you want to go first?
Need my notes. Okay, I would like to mention first the meditation garden ribbon cutting. Last week, we celebrated the opening of the new meditation garden with a ribbon cutting ceremony at Dwayne R. Hardy Park. The meditation garden was thoughtfully designed as a peaceful, reflective space that encourages mindfulness and relaxation, featuring natural stone elements, granite pathways, shaded seating, a subtle rock fountain, and drought-tolerant landscaping. Following the ceremony, attendees enjoyed yoga, a sound bath, and Tai Chi demonstrations, along with a stone painting activity for children. The meditation garden is now open to the public and serves as a new wellness-focused amenity within the city's park system. And the opening of this meditation garden is especially a part of something that I have been hoping for a long time. We have a one-story, one-city library activity here. And one of the books that inspired this meditation garden is called The Nature Fix. I don't know if you can see this because we've got the video going. And it states why nature makes us happier, healthier, and more creative. So I just want to give accolades to our city staff and for finding this park and making this a reality. It is something that I had hoped for, and it became a reality, and I'm grateful for that. I just wanted to mention as well, I know we're adjourning this evening to Mark Gates with for him, and I've known Mark for many, many, many years, long before I was even a council person. Mark is a true gentleman. And he genuinely cared about making his developments the best they could be for the community. He actually cared more about a quality development than the biggest bottom line or profit that he could make. And he has made many, many concessions when he does have a development, and we ask him, and he cooperates. And he's the kind of developer I wish we had more of. And I feel his loss, and I just want to say to his family that he was very much a true gentleman, and we're going to miss him. Thank you.
Marcia, did you want to say anything about the LA County
Oh, yes,
tax?
I did.
No,
Thank
you
you.
were going to
I have
report
my
out.
notes here. Okay, yes, thank you. So today, at the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, they approved a motion to place a half-cent sales tax increase on the June 2nd, 2026 ballot. You know, when is enough enough? The voters just approved an increase in the sales tax, and now they're coming back for more. There seems to be a deep hole where there's never enough. And as a person who doesn't make a ton of money, and we have to live on a small amount of money, a small budget, I feel for all of us here who are doing the same thing, that are struggling to make ends meet as it is, and here they go ahead and they're going to propose another half-cent sales tax. That will make us have the highest sales tax in any state. It's absolutely ridiculous. So what I'm asking is can we please have our legislative committee take a look at this and see if this is something that, once again, we wish to take a look at and see if we're going to support this or oppose it. Sacramento keeps raising our taxes. Pretty soon, you're going to be charged for every single mile you drive when you get into your car. And now we're going to be looking at another sales tax hike. I hope people will understand that this is something they need to, well, I guess I better not say anything until we decide what the council's going to do. But I personally can guarantee you I'm voting no on this. Thank you.
Councilman Gibbs.
And thank you for reminding me.
Important issue.
It is. Thank you, Mayor. And Councilman McLean, obviously I share the interest in having this at the legislative meeting for both the VMT and the new tax they're talking about for the June ballot. So just a couple quick things for me. So I want to thank Junior Chamber International. They had a leadership discussion with their executive committee, and they provided me an opportunity to come speak with them. So I appreciate that, and I appreciated seeing all of these young leaders in the community willing to show up to better themselves, especially on a Saturday morning. And so I appreciate sitting there, and I also want to congratulate them for a successful and wonderful awards and installation banquet, and also give a congratulations to their new incoming president, Carrie Suarez, and wish her nothing but the best going forward. Got to join the council at the Meditation Garden grand opening. That was wonderful, and it was great to see Pauline there, the wife of Dwayne Hardy, who the park is now named after. And last thing I wanted to share is the Human Capital Committee meeting for the Los Angeles County Affordable Housing Solutions Agency, or La Casa, met this morning. And there'll be a big thing coming this year that I'd invite the residents to pay attention to. There will be the selection of a new permanent CEO for that organization. And that is the organization that is being funded now out of Measure A, the sales tax increase that Councilman McLean alluded to earlier. And that is supposed to really address affordable housing solutions throughout LA County. And it's a big deal who's going to be at the head of that when you're looking at a $500 million budget a year to address this issue. So I invite the residents to pay attention and see who gets come on board and watch their priorities, and when the opportunity is there, to speak up. Thank you, Mayor. That concludes my comments.
Thank you. Councilman Miranda.
Thank you, Mayor. A quick comment on Mark Gates, and I'll add Tom Clark to this. Both those two gentlemen
I
were...
misspoke. I'm sorry. I meant Tom Clark. And Mark, right? Okay. Never. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Bill.
Two of the finest gentlemen I've ever met, and I've met some pretty fine gentlemen in my day. Giving, sharing, caring, adaptable, agile. A lot of the property in and around Eternal Valley Cemetery originally was Mark Gates' property. Just, I can't say enough good things about those two men, and I don't know who has the Tom Clark adjournment today. Okay. I spoke with him a few weeks ago, I guess shortly before he passed. And we had a wonderful conversation. A lot of people don't know that he and my wife, Virginia, both graduated from University High School the same year. And so when I met Tom and he mentioned that that he was a university graduate, University High graduate, I told him my wife was a University High graduate, and he says, "Oh, and what's her name?" And we had that kind of exchange. And so the next time I saw him, I brought the yearbook, which Virginia has, her high school yearbook. And I showed Tom Clark and some of his friends what he looked like when he was in high school. So that was, anyway, I just wanted to talk about those two gentlemen. David March Park update. I think we have a video for that. The David March Park expansion is taking shape. This project will bring a wide range of new amenities to the park, located on the Via Joyce Drive, including a new baseball field, terrace spectator seating, a shaded picnic pavilion, a lighted basketball court for evening play, new outdoor exercise equipment, and the city's second exercise staircase featuring 116 steps and scenic views. It's 116 steps because they really hope that I will walk those, since I'm incapable of walking the big one at Central Park. But age has its privileges, so we got 116 steps. Let's see if I can do that. The expansion also includes 2 new parking lots and a public art installation designed to capture sunlight and create a vibrant display of color. We can expect a grand reopening in the late spring of 2026. Thank you, Mayor.
Mayor Pro Tem Ayala.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank Araya for the invitation to the Legacy Christian Academy VIP Day. It was wonderful to share with parents and especially as students the projects. We did projects together, and it was nice to see the education that they receive here in the Santa Clarita Valley. Also, on February 3rd, all the commissioners and city council members, we have the joint budget study session. And on February 4th, we welcome, I was there with the mayor and city council member, Jason Gibbs, welcoming the hockey girls team, the Flyers, after winning the championship. It was wonderful to see the community, not only the people that in the city that is involved in the hockey, but as a community, giving the welcome to our champions, especially with what unfortunate situation that happened on the trip going over there to Colorado. And I have the adjournment for that later. And in one of them, things happening with the city of Santa Clarita invites you to a brand new city event, Art Hope. This free, family-friendly spring festival will celebrate youth creativity on Saturday, March 28, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at William S. Hart Park. Families can explore student art, enjoy live performances, take part in a community hike to kick off the event, participate in hands-on activities, and join a timed egg scramble for children ages 10 and under. Admission to the event is free, with advanced registration required for the egg scramble. In conjunction with the event, local students from TK through grade 12 are encouraged to submit original artwork for the Youth Art Contest. This year's theme is "The World Needs Art." Also, for the end of my comments, I have 2 adjournments. I'm going to start with Manny Alejandro Lorenzana. I would like to adjourn today's meeting. Tragically, Manny lost his life while driving the Santa Clarita Lady Flyers 12 and under hockey team to a weekend tournament in Colorado, doing what he did best, showing up for his child and her team. His passing has deeply impacted not only his family, but the entire CUBE community and our city as a whole. Manny was a devoted father, a loving partner, a son, a brother, and a friend. He was a proud hockey dad, and like so many parents in our community, Manny spent countless hours supporting his daughter and her teammates, giving his time, his energy, and his love to the sport and the young athletes he believed in. Manny was an amazingly talented tattoo artist and the shop owner of Rare Hearts Tattoo Club. Those who knew Manny described him as thoughtful, generous, and kind, a family man to the core, and someone who made everyone feel welcome. On behalf of the city of Santa Clarita, our thoughts and prayers remain with Manny's partner, April, his daughter, Brody, his family and loved ones, as well as those who were injured and continue to recover. We are also deeply moved by the strength of the Lady Flyers and the overwhelming support shown by the CUBE family, the Santa Clarita community, and the broader hockey community during this incredible, difficult time. The second adjournment is for Tom Clark. Mr. Clark was a successful, independent real estate developer for over 50 years. A fifth-generation Los Angeles resident, his projects span California, Hawaii, Guam, and Florida. Mr. Clark had a long history of major industrial and residential projects in Southern California. Most recently, his development firm led the Sand Canyon Plaza and recently approved Wiley Canyon project. As part of the Sand Canyon Plaza, Mr. Clark agreed to an additional benefit for our community, working to transition 208 acres of beautiful open land in Bee Canyon to the city. Now known as the Lang Station Open Space, this scenic terrain is available for hiking, trail running, and wildlife viewing in the Santa Susana Mountains. He is survived by his wife of 58 years, Cordelia, as well as 3 daughters and 9 grandchildren. He will be greatly missed by all who knew him. Our thoughts and prayers are with Tom Clark's loved ones during this difficult time. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, everyone, for doing these. I did want to say to everyone, it's been a very busy couple of weeks. We have an overly large amount and influx of animals at the Castaic Animal Shelter. And if you have an opportunity in your home and you have a heart to accept a new forever home kitty or dog, we would just love if you would take advantage of the special campaign this month. It's just $14 total to adopt a pet. You can see them in person at the Castaic Animal Shelter, or you can at the Care Center, or you can go on the website and search through available pets at animalcare.lacounty.gov. I repeat, animalcare.lacounty.gov. If you get confused and you still want to adopt and you don't know where the shelter is, call the city, 259-CITY. We'll get you there. Appreciate everybody. The SCV Lady Flyers have been much in our hearts this last week, and I wanted to share this with you. The tragic crash in Colorado involving our SCV Lady Flyers has captured national attention, but for those who are impacted, the healing is very far from over, both physically, emotionally, and mentally injured. A local hockey mom, Brenda Greenwald, and 3 of her children were also injured in the accident. Brenda still remains in critical condition in a Colorado ICU. She's undergone multiple emergency surgeries, and her family is facing an incredibly long and uncertain road ahead. In the middle of all this, Brenda's husband, Jason, has had to return home to care for their children and keep their family together, while Brenda's husband remains at her bedside in Colorado. The medical costs, travel, time away from work, and long-term recovery needs are significant, and this family is going to need the support of our Santa Clarita community. With the family's permission, a GoFundMe has been created to help ease the financial burden so they can focus on what matters most right now: healing, being together, and navigating this difficult, very difficult time. You can see the GoFundMe information on the screen. If you are able, I encourage you to donate. If you cannot donate, sharing this information about the fundraiser is a powerful way that you can help. Our hearts are with Brenda, with her children, and with everyone affected by this tragedy. I will personally be donating myself. My heart goes out to all of them, and we're very proud of our young hockey players. They were full of true grit and love for each other. It's time that we showed some love for this family. They need the help. That concludes my comments, and
Mayor?
Yes.
I need to apologize. I don't know why the name Mark Gates came out. I meant Tom Clark. It's just one of those things, and I apologize for that because it was Tom that I was speaking about.
Well, thank you. Mark will be glad to.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm really sorry. I hope I haven't started a rumor.
I'm relieved too.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, we have a lot on our plate up here, so. Okay, we now have, we will begin our 3 public hearings, and we will start with number 1, public hearing number 1. This is the time and the place for the public hearing for the formation of Landscape Maintenance District Zone 33, the Sand Canyon Plaza, and all other matters discussed in the resolution. The hearing is officially open. We will receive comments, questions, and any oral protests from any interested person. When all the comments have been received, their hearing will be closed. City Clerk.
All notices required by law have been provided.
This hearing is officially now open. We will receive comments, questions, and any oral protests from any interested person on these matters. City staff will now make a presentation, which is where the public will have an opportunity to comment. When all comments have been received, the hearing will be closed. With that, I'd like to turn this time to Special Districts Andrew Adams.
Good evening, Mayor West and members of the City Council. My name is Andrew Adams, Special Districts Manager. Tonight's item is the final step in annexing parcels within Tract 53074 into Landscape Maintenance District Zone 33 for the Sand Canyon Plaza project approved by the Council in 2017. As a condition of approval, the project's required landscape improvements within public rights-of-way and easements must be maintained by the city through an LMD zone. Zone 33 will fund the ongoing maintenance and operation of these improvements, including landscape maintenance, irrigation, utilities, administration, and long-term capital reserves. The engineer's report establishes the boundaries of Zone 33, identifies the facilities and services to be funded, and sets the assessment methodology based on the special benefits received by each parcel. The total annual cost is approximately $82,600, with an assessment rate of $162.92 per equivalent benefit unit. Multifamily units are assessed at 0.75 EBU to reflect proportional benefit. Assessments are proposed to begin in fiscal year 26-27 and will adjust annually based on CPI, subject to City Council approval. In accordance with Proposition 218, ballots were mailed to affected property owners on December 19th, 2025. Tonight's public hearing provides the opportunity to open and tabulate those ballots. If no majority protest exists, staff recommends that the City Council adopt the resolution approving the engineer's report, annexing the parcels into Zone 33, and ordering the levy of assessments beginning in fiscal year 26-27. If a majority protest exists, no action will be required. This concludes my presentation. Myself and staff from the city's assessment engineer, Harrison Associates, are available to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. City Clerk, are there any requests to speak?
No, ma'am.
Is there anyone who wishes to file a written comment or protest related to this matter? If there is anyone, you must file it now with the city clerk. Seeing none, are there any property owners in the audience that still need to turn in a ballot? City clerk, can I now close the public hearing? We'll now close this portion of the public hearing. Are there any questions or discussion on this from the council?
I have a question, or were you going to ask? How the residents knew about, because I see that we have 218 ballots. So what was the outreach? Just to know the difference.
Yes, thank you, Council Member Ayala. The answer to that question is there were 2 ballots sent out to the property owners, and those are the developers.
Okay. Thank you.
Does that conclude our comments and questions? Okay, you've been directed to open the ballots and tabulate. Would you like to announce at this time?
100% of the ballots are in favor of the annexation of properties into Zone 33, Sand Canyon Plaza, within the Landscape Maintenance District, and 0% are opposed. Therefore, there is no majority protest.
Thank you, City Clerk. Since we do not have majority protests, I will take a motion to approve the resolution confirming the annexation of this territory and creation of an LMD Assessment Zone Number 33, the Sand Canyon Plaza.
So moved.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Miranda?
Here, yes.
Here, yes.
Here and yes.
Councilwoman McLean?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ayala?
Aye.
Councilmember Gibbs?
Aye.
And Mayor West?
Aye. All right, that concludes item 1. We'll move on to item 2, public hearing for results for the 2026-27 Community Needs Assessment Survey for the Community Development Block Grant Program. This is the time and place for public hearing for the results of the 2026 Community Needs Assessment Survey for the Community Development Block Grant Program. This hearing is officially now open. We will receive comments, questions, and any oral protests from any interested person. When all comments have been received, this hearing will be closed. City Clerk.
All notices required by law have been provided.
Okay. Council, do you want to hear the staff presentation or waive it?
I'm good to waive it.
I have a motion to waive it. Do you want to waive it?
Sorry, Tracy.
Agreed.
Tracy looks depressed though.
Sorry about that, Tracy. All right. The city clerk, are there any requests to speak on this?
No.
No request. Since there's no public comment on this, if there are any questions by the council? Okay.
I do, since I was talking before about the outreach. I saw there were 314 survey responses in a city that, of course, we have more than 200,000. So how we did the outreach for this, for the residents, just to see opportunities in the future to outreach more people to respond. And also if they were in other language like Spanish.
Thank you for your question. My name is Tracy Sullivan, Community Preservation Manager. The survey was available in both English and Spanish, and we had a flyer that was distributed in both languages. Outreach efforts consisted of virtual social media outreach. The city issued a press release, and staff also attended various in-person events to distribute the flyer and share our request for their input.
When you say the flyers to their homes or in general in city facilities?
We had flyers available at city facilities, and we also brought the flyers to city events to hand out. And the flyers included QR codes to the online survey.
Thank you.
I think that wraps up our questions and answers. I will entertain a motion for the recommendation.
Motion.
I have a motion.
Second.
Madam Mayor, if I may, there's no motion required. It's just receiving the report.
Well, you should have said it sooner. I could have saved us 60 seconds. Thank you, City Manager. All right, well, then we'll just move on. And we're going to item 3, which is new business. We will now proceed to new business for the City of Santa Clarita's, this is really exciting, 5-year strategic plan, Santa Clarita's pathway forward. And city staff will go ahead and make a presentation. We're not letting you off the hook on this one. It's too much fun.
Good evening, Mayor West and members of City Council. Michael Villegas, Interim Director of the Neighborhood Services Department. I'm pleased to be here tonight to provide the City Council with information on the City of Santa Clarita's proposed new 5-year strategic plan, Santa Clarita Pathway Forward. Santa Clarita, through the leadership and guidance of the City Council, has built a tradition of excellence centered around several fundamental principles, including effective and strategic planning. This can be seen through the implementation and completion of the city's most recent strategic plans, Santa Clarita 2020, also referred to as SC 2020, and Santa Clarita 2025, also referred to as SC 2025. SC 2025, the city's current strategic plan, which has guided our organization since 2021, contains 88 action items across 7 quality of life themes. This plan is substantially complete, with a few outstanding items being completed in the first half of this year. With that in mind, city staff spent substantial time developing Santa Clarita Pathway Forward, which will serve as the city's guide, allowing us to prioritize resources, achieve milestones, and maintain our unwavering commitment to offering high-quality services and amenities. There are 80 proposed action items across 6 redeveloped themes, which best encompass the city's values and community needs. These were developed using the City Council's input as the foundation, followed by various source documents, current master plans, and the results of the most recent public opinion poll, which provided staff a better understanding of needs expected and desired by the community. Finally, city staff held numerous in-person strategic planning discussions with staff across the entire organization to understand the remaining needs and opportunities for Santa Clarita. Collectively, these efforts have led us to tonight, where I would like to now share some of the specifics of the plan. Under the theme of community connections, there are 19 action items. Some of the more prominent action items include the completion and programming of the Ring Sports Pavilion, the completion of the new public television studio at the Citrus Building, the development and implementation of a plan to support rehabilitation and expanded recreational programming at Hart Park, and pursuing the acquisition of the former Santa Clarita Elementary School site. Additional action items include the implementation of various initiatives related to animal care, recreation, community services, communication strategies, volunteer opportunities, library programming, and a new arts plan. Under the theme of planning and economic vitality, there are 10 action items. Some of the more prominent action items include the development of a public-private partnership to increase parking on Main Street and Old Town U-Haul, establishment of an affordable housing strategy, an update to the 2029-2037 housing cycle, and the evaluation of the feasibility of establishing a Santa Clarita Business Conference Center. Additional items include various initiatives to attract and retain jobs and increase film and tourism activities in Santa Clarita. Under the theme of environmental conservation and beautification, there are 8 action items. Some of the more prominent action items include the development of open space acquisition and maintenance programs, the administration of a graffiti removal program, and the evaluation of a Phase 2 energy efficiency program. Additional items include the implementation of various initiatives related to the watershed management program, organics diversion, zero emissions transition plan, and beautification events aimed at maintaining quality of life in Santa Clarita. Under the theme of sustainable public infrastructure, there are 17 action items. Some of the more prominent action items include completion of the following projects: Central Park Maintenance Yard expansion, Aquatic Center rehabilitation, Dockweiler extension, Vista Canyon Bridge, David March Park expansion, and the design of the Newhall Park infiltration system. Additional items include various annual initiatives, including the overlay and slurry seal projects and the sidewalk rehabilitation project. Also included is an evaluation of Creekview Park for potential enhancements. Under the theme of organizational excellence and innovation, there are 15 action items. There are several initiatives under this theme which largely are centered around creating additional efficiencies within the organization to further enhance operations and customer service. These initiatives include the implementation of several new systems, including a new lobby check-in management system, new internal facilities asset management system, new agenda management platform, and the evaluation of a new land management system. Additional items include various initiatives, such as employing an active legislative advocacy program, issuing an RFP for the operations and maintenance of the city's transit services, and further evaluating the use of AI to enhance internal operations. Finally, under the theme of public safety and resiliency, there are 11 action items. Some of the more prominent action items include augmenting law enforcement services through technology, increasing engagement and outreach while further collaborating with the Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station, administering a traffic safety team, and facilitating the Community Task Force on Homelessness. Additional items include various initiatives centered around providing education on emergency preparedness, fire prevention, and open space management. Finally, an update to the non-motorized plan and the replacement of the city's land mobile radio system are included. This concludes the list of the proposed 80 action items identified in Santa Clarita Pathway Forward. If approved by the City Council, the plan will take effect immediately and will be completed over the next 5 years, concluding in 2030. This concludes my presentation, and I'm available to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Do we have any speakers?
There are no speakers.
Any further staff comments?
Mayor?
Council. Go for it.
I'm super excited about this plan. It's very, very ambitious, but it's the kind of plan that a modern, fast-growing city like ours needs to have. We have only been a city for less than 40 years. We have not had time to build the infrastructure that a city of our size should have. More so that we're growing into a big metropolitan area, not just 240,000 of us city residents, but we're expanding the valley beyond 300,000 pretty soon. And by the time this plan is completed, we'll be halfway toward 400,000 in the valley. So I'm very excited about it. It's enthusiastic. It's gutsy, but you know what? The one we had last time was gutsy too, and you guys made it happen. So I have great faith that you will make this happen also. There are a lot of good things in this plan, in every department level and every community for the entire society, and I'm very pleased with it. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you. Santa Clarita has a strong record on setting up goals, but also to delivering results. I want to thank and congratulate the staff for putting together our ideas with the needs of the residents. And of course, I'm very excited to see the big ideas here and looking forward also for the implementation and accountability and for the updates, making sure we stay aligned with what the community is asking for and our needs. And I think definitely this reflects that. Thank you.
Marcia? Okay. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, just a couple of quick questions, if I may. Let's see. Mr. Villegas, on number 29 for the Santa Clarita Business Conference Center, I was just curious, is the feasibility here that we're talking a little different than what we had discussed for the town hall specific plan and the idea of a conference center being included in that? Are these two separate things we're looking at, or do they get linked together?
Thank you for the question, Councilmember Gibbs. The idea was to not restrict this solely to the town center specific plan and allow opportunities to look citywide. So it's the same action item, we just remove language specific to the town center.
Very good, thank you. And then on number 35 for the acquisition plan for the open space, obviously the city has done a tremendous job in really creating something unique and beautiful here. At this point, are you looking to really dial in the specific areas and the parcels? Are we getting a little more really tight on what it is we want to do and acquire and getting action plans for specific properties?
That is correct. We've acquired significant open space over the years. Now it's really dialing into those last bit of pieces that we need.
Wonderful. And then the last comment I had for number 71, you talked about augmenting SCV sheriff station services with technologies. The one thing I'd like to add to this is it doesn't need to change any of the language, but just the commentary that while we do look for technology to improve the ability and the opportunities to keep our residents safe, I don't want us ever to take away from the focus on making sure that we are staffed as well as we can be with deputies. And obviously at the NCTC meetings that we regularly go at, one of the common discussions is how the stations throughout North County are understaffed versus what we're trying to have. So don't have an issue looking at the technologies, but I don't want us to ever lose focus on the reality that we always want to have the deputies that we're looking to have in our city. Mayor, thank you very much.
Welcome. Have any other comments? I have just a couple. I just want to say this is a really pretty comprehensive plan. We're keeping the community moving forward and getting the needs of the community met here. And we want to keep consistently working toward a healthy community and one that is sustainable and holistically within our own environment. So I'm happy to see also a green belt being focused on to finish that protective pathway of acreage around the city. But it's always important when I look at what you've drawn in that public safety and its resiliency are really being addressed because I don't think there's anything more important. So, you know, getting all these things. When we became a city, the claim was that we were $1 billion behind in infrastructure. I would say that was a very, very, very low figure. But it's really a tribute to the staff and the leadership that we've come so far. And I'm very proud to say this is, again, another great step, and I look forward to seeing how it gets implemented. All right, council, if we're done talking, we could have a recommendation and action now.
I recommend that action be.
Okay. Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Councilmember Gibbs?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Ayala?
Aye.
Councilmember Miranda?
Yes.
Councilwoman McLean?
Yes.
And Mayor West.
Aye. We'll now move into the consent calendar. Is there any council comments?
Yes, I have a question with the aquatics scoreboard. Can you please share what is the reason we have this? What's going on with the current scoreboard?
Sure. Thank you, Councilmember Ayala. The item on the agenda tonight is the replacement of the two large scoreboards at the Aquatic Center. Those scoreboards have met the end of their useful life. What that typically means is the software is no longer supported. The hardware that continues to fail becomes problematic to receive parts. So basically the technology has gotten so old that we can no longer support it. So the staff went out to bid, and this is a replacement. They are expensive, but it's not just a screen that keeps score. It's tied to the pool. It's tied to more underground infrastructure that does the timing of the races and so on and so forth. So it is a sophisticated piece of technology, and that's why it's about a little over $200,000 a piece for those scoreboards. I am happy to say that the William S. Hart District also chipped in, and they are paying for 50% of the replacement cost, as they do utilize the swim complex quite a bit.
Thank you for the clarification.
Clerk, do we have any public speakers on consent?
No.
All right, thank you. Any other comments from the council? All right, I would now take a motion on consent.
Move consent.
Have a
Second.
motion? Have a second? Roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem Ayala,
Aye.
Councilmember Gibbs,
Aye.
Councilwoman McLean,
Yes.
Councilmember Miranda,
Yes.
and Mayor West.
Aye. All right, do we have second public participation speakers? Okay. Our first speaker will be Thomas Davis, followed by Lynn Planbeck. Thomas Davis? Okay. We'll move on to Lynn Planbeck. Not seeing Lynn Planbeck. Sierra Benson. I'm not seeing Sierra. Douglas. All right, I don't see any of our four speakers. Do you want me to recall them, City Clerk? Yes, I just called Douglas. Okay, I see, I have no more public speakers. Yes.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to clarify something. When I talked about the 1/2 cent sales tax vote by the Board of Supervisors, our Supervisor, Catherine Barger, voted no. And it was a 4-1 vote, and I just want to thank her very much.
We probably should send her a note about that.
Yes,
Thank her.
exactly.
Appreciate her diligence. She's always trying to do good things. All right, we have no more speakers, so we will now do the adjournment in memory of Tom Clark and Manuel Alejandro Lorenzana Villegas. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Thank you.